I thought the defense played excellent. Put some pressure on the passer, ball hawks, caused fumbles. Really proud of them.
To take this win streak to 12 games, I know it's going back to last season, but can you reflect on where this program's at right now?
Well, it's like I told them last night. We don't have, our program has a 12-win season, or record, or whatever that is, but we're 3-0. This is a new team. It's a different team, a new team. We have to kind of blaze our own trail. We're responsible for that, and I thought the guys really responded well this week in practice and came out fired up, ready to play tonight.
Coach, you mentioned earlier in the week about the environment, having coached here before in the Pac-10, Pac-12. Did the environment live up to what you remembered when you were an opposing coach?
Early on, I think they have a really raucous student section here, and that was very evident early in the game. But thankfully we were able to take them out of that, scoring early. So it wasn't as loud as I thought it was going to be or it can be.
Knowing what happened last week, double overtime against Eastern Washington, what was the message to the team about rebounding in this game?
Rebounding. We won the game last week. It wasn't about rebounding. Every week we try to improve. It's still so early in the year, and every week there are things that we have to get better at. And no different tonight. Our red zone offense wasn't as good as it needs to be. We need to put more balls in the end zone. Scored touchdowns instead of field goals. I thought Dylan did a good job, but we need to score touchdowns.
Yeah, what do you think about trotting him out there, 7 times? He was 5 for 7 from field goals.
Well, just what I just said. It's I wish we were scoring touchdowns, but thankfully he was making his field goals, and I think the long one at the half he missed, right? He missed the real long one, I think, at the half, but end of the half, but we shot ourselves in the foot too many times tonight with penalties and, getting behind the sticks. And they had a couple nice blitzes that got after Mikey, put us in long yard situations. But again, we're going to go back and we're going to have to improve on a lot of things, and that's what early in the season's all about, learning, making mistakes. But thankfully, we won the game, and really, really proud of our team for coming on the road, focusing on what needed to get done, and then executing.
What did your defense do specifically tonight to have such an outstanding performance?
Well, I think we gave them some different looks. I think we put some pressure on the passer. Guys did a nice job up front getting after the passer. And so anytime you can pressure the passer, you have a better chance of causing turnovers.
Any more questions for Coach Shedford?
What sort of presence has Mikey brought to this offense early on in the year?
Well, he brings stability. Mikey works hard. There's some things tonight that he will improve from. We have to remember Mikey's still young. He's a young guy. He has ability, but fitting into our offense and trying to figure out what we're doing. And I thought he did a nice job of dealing with all the different looks in their secondary and things like that, not throwing any interceptions and not turning a football over. And, but I just think he's going to improve each and every week.
Coach, saw you shake hands with the fans after the game. What did you think about the contingent of red waivers that came out for this week?
Yeah, it's great. There's nothing like at the end of games when you have more fans than they do. That's really cool for our fans that traveled to be here for us. We usually travel real well, and just really happy that they got to see a good game and they were rewarded for being here.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
How's it going?
Steven, whenever you're ready.
Uh-oh.
Mikey, can we just get your thoughts on coming home and getting the win tonight?
Yeah, a super surreal moment, being able to come home and have a lot of people that I haven't had watch me in a long time since I was in high school. Just being on the East Coast in Florida, not a lot of people got to travel and see me play, so that was special for me. But just going in with preparation, knew I had to stay level-headed, cool, calm, and collected. Couldn't let that stuff get to me in the overall game plan and and throughout the game. Couldn't let that stuff get to me either. But we did a great job tonight. Obviously, my mind goes straight to the instances where we didn't finish in the red zone, left a lot of points out on the board. Should have been an even bigger win tonight. But ultimately, defense did a great job tonight, all those turnovers. Offense got to be better when we get those turnovers in the red zone. We got to finish for them, but that's tough to lose when your defense gets 5+ turnovers or how many we had tonight. So they came up huge, got the donut on them. So that was an awesome performance by them.
I think it was 8 total turnovers.
Yeah, that's insane. 1
touchdown after that. Can you pinpoint something maybe in the red zone offense specifically that was kind of lacking?
Just overall execution and finishing on third down. Granted, ASU does a great job on third downs in the red zone. They send some unique pressures. We knew that coming into this week, and they got us on a couple of those. But ultimately, just finishing in all aspects of the game, whether we're trying to – we just had too many self-inflicted wounds, especially in the red zone. We got behind the sticks to start and then couldn't convert on third downs and things like that. And it starts with me up front, so I got to be better and command a better red zone offense for sure.
Did you come in with a personal goal after having a great game against Purdue, and then you guys still won against Eastern Washington, but did you want to have a better game more in line with the season opener tonight?
Yeah, no doubt. Personally, every single game that I play, I just need to do my job to the fullest potential to help us get a win. How many yards that's throwing for doesn't matter to me. Touchdowns doesn't matter to me. As long as we get that W and I'm doing my job, that's the biggest thing on my end that I'm focusing on each week. Because, yeah, we had an ugly game last week, but an ugly win's better than a pretty loss. I always tell myself that too. So it's great to be able to be 3-0 at this stage of the season, and then we have a lot more season to be played. So we'll get the film, make the correction, then get ready for a big one against Kent State next week.
Do you remember the last time you were on this field? You won a state championship in high school, right?
Yeah, I did. I do remember that. I was telling a couple guys about that. Those memorable moments in high school, I'll never take for granted. There's nothing like Friday Night Lights. So playing in Arizona and having the dynasty that we had at Chandler High School, I still stay in communication with all my high school coaches very often. I was on the phone with Coach G. Coach G called my dad after the Purdue game, and I was talking to him right when I came off from doing media and stuff like that. So I have a special relationship with those guys. I appreciate everything that they've done, molded me into the man that I am today. A lot of people play factor in that, but they were a huge part in that. And Chandler High School is doing a lot of great things still. So very appreciative of them, and those memorable moments will always be with me.
Well, what about for Jacob too? I mean, not just you. I mean, but he's a Chandler.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a really cool moment too, because that's a guy that I learned from, and he did a phenomenal job in high school and is doing a phenomenal job in college still. So that's a guy that mentored me, and we have a lot of similarities and things like that. So that was super cool too.
What was it like seeing all your former teammates after the game?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, I haven't seen many teammates from high school since I've been in college, just being on the East Coast. A lot of guys tend to stay West Coast. But it was a super surreal moment, super cool. Going against Tate Romney every single play. I mean, Tate was a beast in high school, and he's still a beast. So that was pretty cool too. Sad that DeCarlos didn't get to play today. But seeing Conover get in as well, that was super cool as well. So always pulling for my guys from Chandler, and they did great things today.
How much did you feel the first drive set the tone and maybe settled any nerves that were there?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we had our game plan, and we were able to stick to it and play efficiently and execute and stay ahead of the chain so that we didn't get many pressure looks. So that was a great first drive to set the tone, and then defense got a stop. So it was a perfect start for us. We just got to be able to finish and play that all 4 quarters and continue that through and convert in the red zone, like I said earlier.
One more question for Mikey.
In the first half, I don't remember specifically when it was, but there was one play where you started to walk to the side, and then you clapped, and it was the direct snap to Elijah. Can you kind of tell us what the call was on that play and like who designed it and why that particular moment?
I mean, in certain instances, defenses will have a certain scheme to where they're more lax in situations like that. So we thought it was an opportunity to exploit that from them, but that's really it.
Cool. Thanks, Mikey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You take care.
You too.
let's start with the easy question. Have you ever had a 3-interception night like that?
No, sir.
How does that feel?
It feels really good, honestly. Just knowing preparation paid off.
What can you speak of the defensive unit as a whole? Come up with 8 takeaways tonight. What was working for you?
That goes back to one thing: coaching. We have a great coaching staff up here. They put together a great game plan, and all we did was just come out and execute it.
Do you have a favorite pick of the 3?
Any pick is good with me.
When Cam got his, were you guys thinking that he was going to run it back?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, me and him will have to talk about that too, because he should have ran it back, but we're gonna talk about that one.
How is that healthy competition? I mean, people have been talking about you and Cam for the entire offseason, but you guys ball out together, right? So how is that healthy rivalry?
It's not a rivalry or competition, honestly. That's my brother. Like, it's truly my brother, and we just want each other to do good. So we feed off each other. Last year I was feeding off him. This game he fed off me a little bit, and hopefully we can keep it going.
At what point do you start thinking shutout?
From the day we wake up on Saturday. That's our mindset as a Bulldog defense. We don't want to give up points anywhere on the field, especially if we got a chance to hold a shutout. We're going to try to do our best to do that.
Charlton, we asked Coach on Monday about 2 different quarterbacks you guys might see, and they started a third one that we didn't even ask about. What was it like preparing for that, and how did you handle a little bit of a change there?
Like I said, our coaches, they literally prepare us for anything unexpected. We watched his film just as much as we watched the other 2 people quarterbacks' film. So for us, it was just coming out and playing football. It wasn't nothing new like that we haven't seen yet.
Can you reflect on getting a win in Big Ten country and coming to Pac-12 country and getting a win and starting the season 3-0 like you guys have?
Anywhere, anytime, any place. That's all I got to say.
Any more questions for CJ?
What was the moment like after the game? Looked like you had some family or friends there in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, my daughter was out there, so it was pretty fun seeing her smile and stuff with my dad. I was missing my son tonight, but honestly, I was just happy to celebrate with the Red Wave, and they always show out. They're a blessing, honestly. We have some great fan group. They're truly a blessing.
There's been a big talk about the goal turnover numbers, from my understanding. How much does 8 help?
Tremendously. Honestly, God is good. We couldn't ask for a better night as a defense, as a team, actually. We just came out and we were firing on all cylinders. You can't ask for that any other time.
Cool. Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right to me.
All right now.